was really just one of those days where you realise how much time you spend at work and away from your family. So I've got a wife and I have a 1-year-old daughter, and I fucking love being a dad. It's like the best thing in the world, and obviously I want to spend as much time with her as possible. It's just kind of crazy, you know, spend so much time away from your family. For example, my day this morning looked like 5 a.m, wake up, I get my stuff ready, make my coffee, get out the door, and I don't get a chance to see my daughter before she wakes up. I lost my train of thought because traffic, you know, idiots. Yeah, so where was I? I make my coffee and I don't get a chance to see my daughter before heading out the door. My start time today was only 7 a.m, so that's kind of a later start than what I'm used to, usually 6 or 6:30. But even with the 7 o'clock start, I don't get to be a part of my daughter's wake up routine. So I don't see her until I get home, obviously after work. Today is going to be close to 4:45. So woke up at 5, I'll be home around 4:45. And by then, you know, you're cooking dinner, you're putting her to bed, and that's it. Rinse and repeat. I really obviously cherish those, you know, couple of hours before she's put to bed. Sometimes we have some really fun playtime, and obviously dinner is always an experience with a 1-year-old. But yeah, it's kind of sad. Out of the 24 hours I've got, I get less than 10% of that with my daughter and wife. Can't forget about the wife. It is what it is at the moment. Maybe one day I'll get that privilege to be able to, you know, spend a bit more time with the family, with the daughter. Sometimes it's good to just sit in the car, no music, no audiobooks, decompress with my own thoughts. Although it's a bit different because now I am talking out loud and speaking my thoughts to you. And I appreciate you for listening. What's up? This is Sam from the Editing Multiverse. Now, I've obviously just filmed this car shot whilst I've had a pretty shitty day at work. It has been a couple days since then, and just wanted to sort of jump on here, clarify a few things. That I'm not here to just bitch and whinge about it, because I know that there are so many others that are in the exact same situation, or potentially even worse. Maybe it's harder. Maybe they have more kids, younger family. Those newborn trenches are trenches. So let's talk about it. So family life is something that I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to balance. I think balance is probably a bit of a cop-out, the term, because I've got a 1-year-old, and you know that no 2 days are the same, and you can plan your week, your days absolutely perfectly to the T, what you think is going to be the best in your head, but nothing ever goes to plan. And anyone with children knows that. You know, like when I finish work, I know that the day is definitely not over. I've still got all my family responsibilities. I've got to be a father. I've got to be a husband. I've got to look after the house. There's cooking, there's cleaning, and we'll see if I get time to myself at the end of all that. And with that, obviously, I've realized that when I come home from work, my daughter doesn't care if I've had a bad day. She just wants dad. She just wants to connect with me. You know, obviously, time is so valuable. There are only so many hours in the day. You've got work, you've got family responsibilities, you've got household responsibilities, you've got sleep. And some days can feel really good, like you're ticking off all of those boxes and more, and it feels fantastic. And then there are other days where you don't. You feel like you're falling behind in every single category. Sometimes I feel like I should be spending more time with my family, or I should be studying more, or getting things done around the house, or being more consistent with gym. And like I said, I know I'm certainly not the only one that feels that way. Now, hopefully this is actually the helpful part of the video where I tell you that not every aspect of your life needs the fullest attention every single day. It doesn't all need to be perfect. Some days work needs more from you. Some days family comes first. And some days you're just trying to get through the day and try and start fresh tomorrow. And that's where it's so important to learn how to communicate properly. For example, with my partner, with my wife, trying to plan things ahead of time, and obviously just being intentional with the time that I do have. Because when time is limited, being present is the most important thing. For example, with my daughter, there's bedtime, there's reading books, there's playing games with her, and just having fun, going for walks with her. These are the things that I'm trying to be most present in the moment, and enjoy what time I do have with her. Like right now, I'm sacrificing time with my wife. We could be watching Netflix, just chilling on the couch together, but I'm filming this, I'm editing stuff, and it's because I really enjoy documenting the journey. And I want to have a sort of documentation of all of this. It'd be awesome for my daughter to watch it one day. Now, truth is, obviously, I do not have this all figured out. I'm not perfect. I've only been a father for 12 months now, and there's so much still to learn. But at the end of the day, it's about being as present as I possibly can be. I don't have a perfect system in place. Some weeks feel balanced and some weeks don't. I should use the term balanced in quotation marks. But that's just life, isn't it? Because when you're trying to grow in multiple areas at once, there's only so much that you can do to keep this plate spinning and then keep this other plate spinning. But right now, I'm just focused on being a better apprentice and a better dad. Last week, I got home exhausted from work. And in that moment, it didn't matter how tired I was from the day. Because when I sat down and sat with my daughter, it didn't matter how tired I was. It's time to play. If you are a parent working full-time, I would genuinely love to hear how you go about spending as much time as possible with your kids. How do you make the most of it? Now, if you're interested in this apprenticeship life, the tools, the career, money goals, it would be awesome if you could subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.